Live and in color from Dallas Love Field, Texas, it's Runway DFW at large. We're having some, I would say, technical issues as we come to you on this Saturday afternoon. But we'll try to get it going here. Things aren't connecting and I don't know. But anyway, glad to have you with us. Sorry we're a little bit late on the air and talking to you, but I'm very glad you're here with us. We are here at Dallas Love Field because there is a chance of rain in the forecast, as you may have seen on the Weather Star 4000 Plus. It's kind of headed our way. Now, I came to Love Field because there's a garage which we're on top of. We could have been one level below, but it was, the things seemed to be clearing up as we got here, so we'll just go with that. Now, no, that's not it. If you're not familiar with Dallas Love Field, it is the home of Southwest Airlines, and pretty much most of what we're going to see are Southwest 737s of some sort, Dash 8s, or 700s, 800s, and Max 8s. There'll be some JSX in there, some private jets, so stick around with us. I see Gerard checking in, coming to us from all the way in the Netherlands. And our music just, I thought it was going to run out there. Mr. Everything, we're headed to DFW right now, and I checked the weather and it's not raining there. Well, that is true. It is not raining there, but I do have to make provisions for if it does, and it is going to be raining later tonight or later this afternoon or early evening, so we have what you call a minimal setup here at Dallas Love Field. So if it does start to rain, we can just sign off and throw stuff in the car, which is right next to us. Anyway, we haven't been to Love Field. We didn't go to Love Field all during the month of June, so we owe Love Field a little bit of love here. We're in South Flow, so the planes are coming in from the north, as you see there. I don't have my flight radar set up yet. I was hoping to bring you the flight radar as a source on our video feed, but I can't get my iPad to make the connection to the interwebs. So I know you're not seeing double there. We've only got 2 cameras today. I did promise multi-cameras, and 2 is all we've got going on this Saturday. Well, Jackie, I'm having a hard time seeing my screen. Jackie Redmond is glad we're here at Dallas Love Field. Thank you, Jackie. I think our music's about to end. Oh no, it loops. I didn't know I looped that music. All right. Well, anyway, we'll quit with the music. we will say hello to... I can't read. Darrell Ann Monroe. Okay, Darrell Ann Monroe is saying hello from South Africa. Here's one of those aforementioned business jets. Oh, that's got a high angle of attack. Gil Naveau says, thanks, James Webb, the mods, your members, and everyone else. I'm off chat going to watch the big TV via Roku. That jet we just saw was, let's see, what do we got there? FlexJet, Flight 424, going to Elkhart, Indiana. I believe, let's see, that should be Southwest, well in the foreground it's Southwest Flight 739 off to Orlando. That's a MAX 8. And in the background, getting ready to take off, right over there, JSX Flight 564. It's going to Denver, not to Denver International, but to an airport with the code BJC. So I guess that's somewhere in the Denver metro area. This is Embraer 145. Now we do have, from this viewpoint, we do have a nice view of downtown Dallas, but with south flow configuration, the planes aren't taking off or aren't landing over downtown Dallas, which is kind of a, you know, it's better to be here in North Flow, yeah, at Love Field for our purposes, because we get those nice shots looking in that direction. Well, now we've got the flight, the Southwest flight going to Orlando. So I'm push the right button here. We come to you from the top of Parking Garage C here at Dallas Love Field. As I said, our configuration is minimal here today, so don't have all the bells and whistles we normally can bring you. Michael Flannery was identifying that airport that I didn't know what it was as Rocky Mountain Regional Airport. So that's where that JSX was off to. That is Southwest Flight 3112. It's a 737-800. Oh no, is it? No. Yes, and that's going to Los Angeles. Well, the one in the background, the one in the center of your screen is. The one on the left is Flight 2658 to Boise, Idaho, another 737-800. So yes, if you're a fan of the 737, this is the place to be. because we're going to be seeing a lot of them. 700s, 800s, and max 8s. Just tuning in, it's Runway DFW live today from Dallas Love Field. We had intended to come to you from DFW Airport. I looked at the weather around noon today, and it looked. The forecast said there was going to be a pretty high chance of thunderstorms around DFW when we would be broadcasting. So I thought, well, we'll come over here where there's a garage we can set up in. And if it does start raining here, and there's still more things to see, we can tear down within about 5 minutes, I would say. Redeploy one level down in maybe 15 or 20 minutes, 30 at the most. Jackie Redmond said it was cool to see Southwest at DFW the other night during the storm. That does happen occasionally. We did not see it ourselves when we were bringing you storm coverage. Here are some of the Southwest bags that don't fly free anymore. I'm sure you've all heard that Southwest has rescinded its bags fly free formula in favor of money. And there are two active runways here at Dallas Love Field. We are overlooking the runway on the east side, which handles arrivals and departures. Way down there at the end, ready to take off, is flight 2658 going to Boise, 737-800, but it's got to wait for the imminent arrival of flight 1194 from Washington National Airport in D.C. I guess it's called Reagan National Airport now. This is 737-700. And it is breezy here. I don't have the METAR for Love Field, but we're getting a wind. There's a 737-700. We don't see too many of those at DFW. American doesn't fly them. I think it was the last couple of weeks we did see, I think it was a Delta 737-700. It's fairly unusual. Maybe it was United. I can't remember. One of those two. Andrea Molson saying hello to our friend Gerard and moderator. I'm trying to read your messages. Tom Gander says, ooh, a miniature 737. There's the METAR from Anna the Dispatcher. I've not trained myself to be able to read the METAR yet, but for those of you who can, there it is. Thank you, Anna, our mod and Quad Jet channel member. I did see Beth F in the chat today, and I should, at this point, since she's here, show you her latest artwork. I meant to do this on Thursday, and I didn't load it up. So, but here it is. Look at that. A Lufthansa A380 in all of its glory. Beth F, quite the artist, and she from now and again will share some of her great artwork with us, and so thank you for that, Beth. Talented, yes, yes. Let's see, down there at the end of the runway, we have NetJets flight 257. It's going to Haley, Hailey. And that would be in Idaho. So I guess there's no skiing at this time of year, right? So I guess that would be just for some mountain air, I suppose. This is a Bombardier Challenger 650. Tell you what my watch says here. It's 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 66% humidity. It says here wind out of the southwest at 10 miles an hour. That's what my watch says. Based on that, I don't believe it. So Cinema Roll says the METAR weather, wind is coming from the south at 7 knots, temperature 33 degrees Celsius, humidity 49%, visibility 16.1 kilometers an hour. Lots of nice comments for Beth's artwork. Beth, thank you again for sharing that with us. There is like a really dark cloud. Oh, and you're seeing, sorry, I meant to punch that camera. Yeah, that was the diagram for Dallas Fort Worth Airport. We are not there today, so that's not applicable. More of those bags not flying free. But were they ever really free? That was a big attraction at Southwest. It was the one, extreme differentiator that Southwest had on everybody else. Here again is flight 2658 to Boise, 737-800. Well, that last NetJets plane was also going to Boise, or to Idaho, but to a different airport. Well, anyway, the weather is such that we may, just have to say goodbye at a moment's notice. Hope we don't. But let's just say if we do have to say goodbye, at least, at this point in our broadcast, we will endeavor to come back to you with another stream. Tom Gander says Love Field is great, 73 heaven. This looks like another Dash 700 pulling out here. Aviation Geek says on Roku, the planes look absolutely amazing. Kevin saying hello. It's a little bit harried today. Here's the Love Field control tower. I don't know if you can see behind it. I almost think there's rain falling, in the distance behind it. Although I don't know what. It would seem that would be blowing away from us based upon the ground wind speed, but I'm not sure. Because clouds can move in a different direction than the ground. You might be able to hear the wind. We say hello to Robbie Batista. Hello, Robbie. Got a plane coming in here. Just touched down. Oh, the other thing we don't have today, you may have noticed, is the ATC, the air traffic control radio. We weren't able to get it set up with our single tripod arrangement today. I'll have to work on that. So that sounds a little. Boatstone says, looks precipitous or ready for rain. Yes, it does. And I do have my banner still up. See, that's a factor of not being able to see to see my screen. So I apologize for that. Thank you for alerting me to that. I'm sure many of you have been wondering why that was there. I put it up when we first went on the air. Because I wasn't ready to begin to commence live broadcasting, but I wanted you to see that we were getting ready to go, and you probably also noticed that we don't have our regular complement of cameras. There's just this one and another one which is looking towards the runway. But yes, if you're just tuning in, we are at Dallas Love Field. I see Pittsburgh Dawn 77, one of our mods, here with us. Hello to you. Bread Stick saying hello from Frisco, Texas. We're waiting for some more aviation activity here on the west side. Not having any right now. Good afternoon from Daryl Young. Hello, Daryl. Jackie Redmond says they're seeing a forecast that shows a storm at Dallas Love Field around 5 p.m., which is 25 minutes from now. And unfortunately, my main camera doesn't have a very wide lens on it, but I think from this perspective you can kind of see behind the tower there storminess. And there we have an alarm, which I believe indicates a ground stop. I may be wrong about that. This plane just moving out. That looks like flight 1595, which is supposed to be going to Panama City, Florida. It's a 737-700. Still dealing with those bags. Some of those are going to get wet, I guess. So Aviation Geek saying, behind the tower the skies are really blue with rain. But see, the wind is blowing in the like away from us. Let me look at my weather radar here. I'm seeing a lot. Oh no, it's not here. There's a lot of lightning in the sky to the east of us. Rob says hello from North Wales in the UK, Dallas Love Field, one of my favorite airports. Well, we're glad we could share it with you. I don't see that plane that was going to Panama City. I don't know if it pulled back to the gate or where it went. Oh, flight to Panama City was going over to the east side of the airport. Sorry, the west side of the airport. We're on the east side of the airport. So Anna, the dispatcher, who knows a thing or two about a thing or two, says the weather's doing a nice split around the metropolitan area at the moment. Well, my kingdom for a super wide angle camera right now, or a lens, because I just can't bring you the scope of what we're seeing. Those are the tops of the clouds to the northeast of us. But under the tops of those clouds, it is threatening looking. I just wish we could hear the tower. There, once again, is the tower. If we look a little bit to the east of that, I think we can see a plane coming in on the west side of this airport. Dallas Love Field a lot smaller than DFW Airport. Home of Southwest Airlines. And we won't be able to see this plane land, but we will be able to see it on final approach. Well, is that about as much as we can see? I think so. Maybe we'll see it. Well, that's a little bit more of it. Okay, let's see. Richard Howell says, raining on me here in Valley Ranch. Valley Ranch is kind of adjacent to DFW Airport to the west of here. Lightning alarms just went off at Valley View High next door. So you know what? It's quiet right here now, I think, owing to the situation that we are finding ourselves in. And because... let me give you a look here. I mean, we're looking to the north here, and it looks very ominous. If we turn our camera lens around to the south, at the skyline of Dallas, it looks very placid and sunny and bright. Jackie Redmond says, Flower Mound, Grapevine. Grapevine is one of the cities adjacent to Dallas-Fort Worth, starting to get dark clouds. Phil G, greetings from North Cal. And somebody was saying, yeah, okay. A few trains hat saying, do feel free to send the thunderstorms and rain over to the UK. Yeah, they could use it. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do now, after less than 40 minutes of broadcasting, we are going to sign off from our current location. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can suspend our current broadcast and then bring it back to life when we get to shelter, which is one level down from where we are. But before we do that, we'll watch one more plane coming in. Southwest Flight 3762 from San Antonio. It'll be a 737-700. If it comes into focus. So I hate to do this, but I think it's for the best. I probably should have set up down there to begin with on the lower level, but I thought, well, it was looking okay. But as it does in a lot of places around the world, the weather can change pretty quickly here in Texas. So I'd say give me like 30 minutes to get reset here. It could, I'm hoping it will take less time. But yeah, I think your Runway DFW host needs to kind of reset here. So with that, I think we will conclude part one of our Love Field adventure. Thank you for watching. We thanked Ed Condon, I believe it was, for being a new subscriber. Michael Flannery, safety first. Now I don't feel that my safety is in any danger here. I do, however, want to make sure our equipment survives so that we can bring you more live streams. Okay, we'll watch one more plane here. But it feels like the lights are going out. You know, it was bright and sunny when we signed on a few minutes ago. Not so much anymore. And that arrival was FlexJet 449 and Embraer Freighter 500, which I guess was on just a test flight or something. It was it took off from here 58 minutes ago. So it was just an hour-long flight. Now it's back. So okay, we're gonna go. Let's look at Weather Star again. Yeah, you can see there is some activity here in the North Texas region. Jared says, very good live stream today. Hello from Kansas. Well, Jared, I didn't give you much to go on. But one final plane taking off there. And so that'll do it for what we hope is part one of our adventure from Dallas Love Field. I'm going to try to come back on this same stream. I don't know if that will work. And there's another horn going off now. So what we're going to do is pack up. We will see you in a little bit, I hope. If we don't come back on this stream, we'll just pop up on another one. So that's it. We'll see you soon. Happy contrails to you temporarily from Dallas Love Field Airport in Texas.